Hey watch fans, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And today we're going to go over how to set your automatic watch with a date complication. You can see this model here is the Tudor Pelagos with the date window at 3 o'clock. Right now this watch is not running. The movement has not been wound at all. And so to get this moving and get this started, we're going to unscrew this screw down crown. Not all watches will have a screw down crown. You may just be able to pull straight out. But I'm going to unthread the screw down crown while winding counterclockwise. It pops out to that what we'll call first position. And from here, if I want to wind the watch, I can. I can do that by just rotating through here and getting that second hand moving. And there it goes. So now the movement is running. But to get the date window, get the date set properly, you're going to hear a lot of folks say, don't set your date window, don't change your date window between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. And the reason for that is our watchmaker was kind enough to let me just use this. Underneath you have your date wheel. You don't want to interfere with your watch's natural mechanism to change that date naturally. So between 10 and 2, all watches are different. Again, I'm not a watchmaker, so I'm not going to get technical here, but between 10 and 2, the internals of your watch are starting to turn that date. And so if you're in between that, if you're in that spot right there and you just go to change your date wheel, you don't want to force it. You don't want to, damage the mechanism for that date change. So that's the reason why between 10 and 2, we don't want to change the date. So what we want to make sure is that our hands are not between 10 and 2. However, we don't know if that's 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. And so what I recommend when you're changing the date or setting the date on your automatic watches, pull your crown out. So on this watch, the second position, or technically the third position, the third position on this watch, but you want to pull it all the way out, and we're just going to let the hands run through. And what I mean by that is I'm going to rotate my hands through until the date naturally turns for me, or if I get to 12 and it doesn't turn, I know that's 12 p.m. Now it just turned, so I just hit 12 a.m. So now I will rotate that through to whatever time I want to set it to. So I'm going to set this to 10:10. I'm okay setting this watch now at 10:10 because I know that's 10:10 a.m. If I didn't run that through and that date didn't flip, I wouldn't know if it was a.m. or p.m. And therefore, you'll hear other people or other folks say, just set a date with both hands below the southern hemisphere, meaning if you come across the dial below the 9 and the 3. So again, I'd be safe here because I'm outside of that 10 to 2 window. So regardless, from here, I know I'm safe to set the date. I'm going to push my crown back in one position right here. Now I can change my date. So as I flip through this watch counterclockwise, not in the right position. There we go. I can rotate my date. So I'm going to set my date for the 14th. And then I'm going to set my hands. So if I go to 10:10, my date is now set. I know this is 10:10 a.m. because I already rotated the hands through. So 10:10. And now I'm going to push my crown in, give it a few more winds, and then rethread my screw down crown. So hopefully this helps explain a little bit. Again, we just don't want to damage the date. The date window, anything from that part of the engagement that when it's changing. So again, set your date on an automatic watch, either the hands below the 9 and the 3, or rotate your hour and hands through to make sure you're not in that 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. range where that date mechanism may already be engaged and already changing. If there's anything I can do for you, anything at all, if you have questions on this, please let me know. You can email me, brad@brentlmiller.com. Please feel free to comment in the comment section as well. Happy to help out. Thanks for viewing, and we'll see you in the next video.